Hi folks, Heather Pierce Campbell, the legal website warrior, attorney and legal coach coming at you from Seattle, Washington. Thank you for joining me for day 6 of the 10 biggest legal mistakes made by online entrepreneurs. So today we are talking about a big mistake that many people make and they don't often correct until something like what I'm going to talk about really goes wrong. And this is the mistake of selling online services, programs, courses without proper terms of purchase in place, right? So many people do business online, and I have often been contacted by people who get in touch with me after the fact, after one of these problems comes up, involving something that they're selling online. And the problems that I see are typically a dispute around payment, especially for ongoing memberships, ongoing programs, ongoing delivery of a course, right? So drip kind of content, and people pay over time for that. So disputes around payment, refund requests, right? Or disputes made directly with the bank or the merchant account payment processor, right? So they go, rather than even talking to the person selling the online course or program, they go directly to the merchant account or the bank and request a chargeback or a refund that way. Or the other issue that is big that I see very frequently is content just getting stolen, including content housed inside your course or program or online service, whatever it is you're selling. So even people that you think respect your work and are trustworthy get inside your program or your course. Even those people are capable of taking it and doing things with it that they just shouldn't be doing. And in the absence of having proper terms of purchase in place, the way forward for resolving that dispute can be more time consuming, more expensive, and just more cumbersome than if you had terms of purchase that protected you from the beginning. So the biggest protections are, first of all, that when you have a bank or a merchant processor that is involved in either a chargeback request or a dispute around payment, the first place they look is to the terms of purchase that apply. So if there are no terms, then they have no guidance about what the transaction entailed, and they're way more likely to just grant the refund or the chargeback, right? If there are terms of purchase, then you can be protected in that way because a bank or merchant account or payment processor will look to those terms. Furthermore, if you have terms of purchase that are in place and that are properly drafted, you generally call out specific protections around your intellectual property, and you provide adequate language for licensing the use of your information to the end user, right? So there's going to be a very clear description around how somebody can use your content. And if they violate those terms, then you have an additional contractual right to pursue them and to also pursue a remedy or get the dispute resolved much more quickly. And that's usually what happens, is having terms of purchase really can aid in the resolution of any problem. So those are just a couple examples. The list is much longer about what can go wrong if you don't have terms of purchase in place, but those are the big ones. I hope this helps. If you are doing some selling online, if you've got a signature course or program or services that you house online, get terms of purchase in place for those. Okay, like my page so you can be looped in on future discussions around these topics, or feel free to share this with your colleagues or friends in business if you think that it would help them as well. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.